Welcome to Treasure Hunt. Today we'll be looking at a story that was just released this week out of ASHKELON. They have once again found and uncovered and dug up a 2,000-year-old basilica, and there is some interesting stories around this. So as I read, I will have some maps and pictures and other things in this short presentation just to keep you up to date on recent archaeological finds in the Holy Land. A revived archaeological dig at ASHKELON has produced the largest Roman basilica in Israel. And here is a map of where ASHKELON is. It's a coastal city. It's a former city of the Philistines in a bygone century, long ago. But everybody knows about the Philistines in the Bible. It is 2,000 years old and is incredible. It's been found only a few yards from the seashore of the Mediterranean Sea. And as we get into this, you're going to see just how interesting and fantastic this has become over the years. The building has 3 different sections. The middle is the largest and is the main hall. 2 rooms, one on each side, make up the remainder of the building. Huge marble columns as high as 14 feet surround the main hall. Here's a picture of some of the columns that have been found, as well as the capitals. And if you don't know what a capital is, that lady's walking towards that ornate top of a column. And in the middle, or the center far left, you can see another capital with the decoration not facing us, but facing the far wall. And I think what's interesting here is that this would be where the entire basilica would be. The walls have not, obviously, they've been torn down long ago, and if you can look, you can see the columns. They've been superimposed as to where exactly they go, and their intent is to find and pull the original ones and reconstruct them as much as they can. I think you can see this. We are in a national park, is where all of these diggings are going on. And if you can see more towards the Mediterranean Sea, you see more columns up. And another find, which we will deal with on another time. But can you see can you see in the middle where the basilica main hall is, and then they're working on, which would be the left-hand side or towards the sea, that part of that room, and then they'll come back over to the other side. They are topped, the columns, with ornate capitals with plant motifs. A few have the Roman symbol of an eagle. The basilica was a public building in the middle of the city and was used for civic functions, court, commerce. It was not a religious building. And this is a capital. The basilica was first discovered in the 1920s by archaeologist John Garstang. Before he left the area, he covered it back up due to the political climate at that time and left. It would be almost 100 years before the shovels would return. In Jerusalem, going back in time when this building was up, Herod was responsible for the remodeling of the temple in Jerusalem. Christ has not been born yet. We know also that the fortress and of Masada and the Herodium are two more of his magnificent ventures. Herod the Great was a builder. He loved to build things. This is Masada, a fortress on a high, just topped off mountain. The Herodium. Once again, these were places that he could run for safety if invading forces came or the people revolted. Coins with Herod's picture cast on them were also found at the site. Lots of coins. Adding to the importance of this find were more massive marble sculptures. Some of them portray the Egyptian goddess Tyche, the goddess of fortune, and Nike, the goddess of victory. Yes, the one that the sneakers are named after. This is Nike without a head. ASHKELON in that day was a major port city. Mostly Romans lived there, but Jews were not forbidden. As time went by, ASHKELON became a Roman city exclusively. During the times of Jesus, which was not many years after Herod the Great had died, actually, he was the one that tried to kill Christ as a child. The wise men visited him, but then he died shortly thereafter. But in the life of Jesus, Christ never went to ASHKELON. The Bible never records him even going near there. And once again, as I read, that the city and the find is just a few feet from the Mediterranean Sea, and just gives you a shot up into the state park. In 363 AD, an earthquake destroyed ASHKELON and the Basilica. That's what leveled it, and it got buried. The restoration is now officially underway to bring back the Basilica and the theater by the Israel Antiquities Authority, along with the ASHKELON Municipality, the Leon Levi Foundation, and the Nature and Park Authority. There's a lot of people involved in this. The area was the first national park in Israel and continues to be a magnet destination for visitors from all over the country and of the world. And we have a few parting shots of where we are. Gives you an idea of the size of the Capitol on top of a pillar. And from the Mediterranean Sea, the shores of ASHKELON. Thank you for viewing. Appreciate your time that you took, and hope that'll be of help and whet your appetite to dig a little further. God bless you, and just keep checking back or look at my playlist, and you will find other treasure hunts that we have done.